Okay, so I have.
This is part 2 with Rebecca. So now it's going to be Rebecca's turn to interview us. So I'm not quite sure if we should be afraid or not. We'll find out. So Rebecca, you have the floor.
Okay, so my first question, and you all can decide who is going to answer, or you can all answer. First question is, what do you feel like in your lifetime has been the best change or a change in accessibility for the deaf community that has improved either the quality of your life or your ability to be independent?
This is Alexis. I want to clarify. Are you talking about childhood or are you talking about then and now? Doesn't matter.
You decide.
You decide what your experience is. So Marley, would you like to go first? This is Marley. I'll be brief. So growing up, I loved watching TV. And I was the only deaf person in my family. I always wanted to be able to watch TV on my own instead of having my family interpret for me. I always thought it would be really cool if words showed up on the screen. So when I became an adult after my first movie, I think I was 19 or 20, it was after the Oscars. I was one of the individuals who went to the Senate and had a bill passed so that TVs 13 inches or more had a chip inside that decoded the TV show. It was already in the TV so that the TVs had closed caption, automatically would caption. So that's the way that I have impacted the deaf community. This is Wendy, in regards to interpreter access, has to do with high school. I was dating a hearing guy. So my mom, of course, had to be the interpreter through the phone, right? So needless to say, I couldn't say too much because my mom was the interpreter. Yeah. So there was one point when my mom was on the phone and she had asked what time I would be picked up. And I said it was up to Chuck. And my mom asked me what was wrong. Anyway, and then I vomited. So anyway, I've decided not to ask my mom to interpret for me anymore. I then got my own TTY. I was thrilled. So I found my independence by having my own conversation without my mom functioning as my interpreter. This is Alexis. I come from a deaf family. So growing up, we had TTYs. It was a large machine at the time. Didn't have captions until I was in high school. So what was life-changing for me was in high school, I had an interpreter for the first time. Up until that point, I didn't have any service in school. I was mainstreamed, but I was just in a regular ed classroom. So it seemed so easy, right? I didn't have to look for so much information. All the information was right in front of me with the interpreter. So that changed my life. Yeah, this is Liz. My first boyfriend, he so happened to be hearing, and we were going to go to the movie theater. I love movies, but I wasn't sure how I was going to understand the movie. So my boyfriend would listen, and then he would say, he said, and communicate to me what was happening in the movie. And I told him, I don't want to hear he said, she said. I want full accessibility. I want the dialogue. So I struggled until closed captioning came about. And that changed my life. I then could sit and eat popcorn and laugh and understand what was going on in the movie. So that probably is one of my best memories of attending the movie theater and watching it closed caption.
Thank you all. I was hoping that Marley was going to tell the story about going to the Senate because I knew that about you. So thank you for sharing that story. But I love Wendy. That is so funny about your mom. Oh my God. Okay.
No.
So my second question is about all of you. What are the 3 adjectives or 3 words you would use to describe each other? So Alexis, 3 words to describe Liz, Wendy, and Marley. Marley, 3 words to describe them. And each of you go around. 3 qualities that you really admire or treasure about each other. Who's going first?
Marley, I'll go. I want to get it over with. Alexis, so we can do this. Marley says, I'm independent and confident. Leave me alone, Alexis. Okay, let's see. I would describe Wendy first. Let's see. I don't know about adjectives, but qualities.
Qualities better.
She's loyal, very loyal. She's kind. She's a good listener. And her humor. She and I have a similar sense of humor. We're crazy, wicked. So her qualities then are the ability to understand me. In regards to Liz, we've known each other for close to 50 years. So we're 38 years old. How is that possible that we could have known each other that long? Anyway, don't say that. Okay, so for Liz and her qualities, right, they're all very similar actually when I think about them. There's so many for Liz. Let's see, you're asking me on the spot. Let me think. You guys are right. Let's see, Liz, her heart is golden. She's a good friend, very caring. She's the godmother of all of my children. She's extremely funny, very similar to Wendy. She's very talented in, I don't know, a lot of things. I just feel very fortunate that Liz is in my life, and Wendy too, both of them. In regards to Alexis, she knows that I look up to her for several reasons. We can have conversations about different ways of life in regards to politics, American Disabilities Act, family, friendship. We can talk about a variety of topics. So she inspires me as a woman. Now I want them to take their turns. Come on, ladies. Who's next? Liz says, thank you so much. This is Marley. They are all good friends of mine and I trust them and I'm very glad to have them in my life. Liz says, I love you, Marley. They all actually, Alexis and Wendy say, I love you, Marley. This is Alexis. This is a hard question to come up with 3 words, adjectives, or characteristics for each of them. So I don't know, it changes all the time. I'll try my best. So I'll start with the order the way that I see everyone on the Zoom screen. I don't really have a preference. So Marley is on my left. Let's see. Like she said, I find it very easy to conversate with her about various topics. She is open-minded and is willing to have any type of discussion, which I think is important for growth as an individual. She's loyal. She's brilliant. I could go on, but those are three that come to mind right away for Marley. Thank you, Alexis. Liz, you are extremely, you see things that most people see or don't see. You are loyal. You are extremely caring. When I think of a mother, you are a mother of all mothers. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making myself clear. So, loyal, like Marley said, you have a sense of humor, but you can express your sense of humor in a way that I've never seen before through American Sign Language. You'll be signing and your face will be stoic, but it is the hilarious. It is so funny when you do that. You're an amazing mother. You all are. And Wendy, you provide a sense of order, a sense of structure that we all need. I love you for that. I love you all. This is Liz. Wow, I don't know where I should start, but thank you for all those kind words. The same for all of you, right? You guys are beautiful. You're loyal. You have beautiful hearts. Marley, Wendy, Alexis, I've known all three of you for years. So the most important thing to me is your heart, your intellectual abilities, your humor, and that we can all understand each other. We are beautiful mothers. We have a beautiful family. We love each other. We love being together. I really care about all of you with all of my heart. And you're funny too. I love laughing with all three of you, right? Humor is the best medicine for everything. You all are everything to me, not just those three. We love you, Liz. We save the last for best, or the best for last. Wow. So this is amazing to come up with comments for all of them, and I appreciate their comments. So Alexis, all the time that I've known you, you have a very deep intellect. You're devoted, you're intelligent. You make me see things from a different perspective. So that is helpful for me, right? To perceive the other side. That's one of the things I love about our conversations. Thank you, Wendy. So thank you for being available for me 24/7. Thank you. And Marley's on my right. Yeah, like she mentioned, wicked sense of humor, right? Just eye contact alone for us, the two of us can start laughing. She's blunt, direct, honest, and she is there for me all the way whenever I need her, right? I'm able to be vulnerable, and when I'm searching for something, she's able to help me find what I need. So, right, she is definitely dedicated. She will drop anything that she's doing to help me. So thank you so much for your loyalty. I love you for that. And Liz, your love that you have for everyone is infectious. Your smile, everything. It just generates. You help us all to feel good. Again, very loving, very funny. The best medicine in the world, as you mentioned, is laughter. I love you all, ladies.
Okay, so my next question is, if you could give your younger self a piece of advice or tell your younger self something that you think would have been helpful or that you wish you could go back and share with your younger self, what would that be?
Liz is nodding. Marley says, I would tell my younger self to listen to herself. To try to trust her instincts. And to not be afraid of others. Try to keep an open mind and listen to what's going on around her. And to know that it's okay to fall because you will get up again. It is okay. You will make mistakes. Many people have said that, but now I have a better understanding of that concept. You will make mistakes, right? That's how you learn, but you have to go on living. So yeah, that's what I would tell my younger self. This is Liz. Piggybacking off of what Marley said, it is okay, right? That's what life is all about. If you make a mistake, it's okay. Then pull out the next page, right? We're learning more every day. Nothing is perfect, right? We just have to be patient and learn, right? That's how life goes on. If you make a mistake, it's okay. Just learn from that lesson and be more open-minded, open your heart, see what's going on. That's what I would tell my younger self. This is Wendy. I would tell myself to be true to myself. And that would help with my confidence so that I could grow and have no fears. That's what I would tell myself. This is Alexis. I think for me, right, I was so busy trying to be perfect that was a problem. Because I think through that process, right, I built my own drama, right? And that was hard to get through. I think if I could go back, I would tell myself it's okay to fail, and actually that I should fail. I should fail many times because I will grow and develop, right? And I'd be able to let more people in. But I didn't know how. I just thought I had to do everything right. Everything had to be perfect, right? I was the oldest daughter, right? I just thought everything had to be exceptional. I was the role model, right? I was constantly breaking barriers, challenging authority, constantly challenging and questioning everything. I think it would have been more important for me to listen as well, to be observant and relax. To relax and meditate. Right, that's right, Liz.
I have one last question. What do you hope for young deaf people today? What do you hope will be different for them, or that they will learn from you so that they grow up to be as independent in their thinking and as big of activists as you all are for the deaf community and for humanity? What is your biggest hope for young deaf people today?
This is Marley. I hope that they have role models that are available to them, that they have mentors. I hope they have parents or grandparents that can help guide them to become who they are or who they will be. And I hope that their teachers pay attention to them. I do meet deaf children and they tell me, I want to be like you. And I said, what's stopping you? So it's okay. I had a mentor when I was 12, and still to this day, Harry Willer. So it's important to have a mentor, because our deaf children really do deserve the best of everything and equality. It's our responsibility to help them, guide them, teach them, and let them, feel, let them observe what's going on in the world. Let them ask questions and be candid. Let them be who they are. Liz says, and follow their passion, follow their dreams, to not give up, to know that they can, to know that it's okay to continue following their dreams and achieve their goals. Marley says, I would also tell them they also have to work hard for it. They have to work it. The ladies all agree. They have to be involved with activist organizations, with deaf opportunities, like Marley mentioned, a role model having in their life, right, to encourage and promote their growth as they become adults and become successful, and let nothing stop them. Alexis says, I had full language access growing up in a deaf family. So as a baby, right, it would be nice for them to have full access, right? Because you cannot achieve your potential. So it is my hope then, so whatever it is, whatever that looks like for that particular child, that they receive that. Not to fit what the family needs, but what the child needs first is most important. This is Marley. I'd like to add on. And hopefully the child is exposed to their rights, right? For that they know what their rights are with the American Disabilities Act and what's going on with Section 504, but to teach the children that so they know what they need in order to grow up and to achieve whatever it is that they want. So now you've analyzed us, huh? Through psychotherapy? That's enough, right? Are you charging us?
Thank you, thank you. I have more questions, but I know that maybe we don't have a lot of time.
Yep, time's running out. We'd have to do a part 3 for that on another day. Part 3, 4, 5, we can create a series. Again, Rebecca, thank you so much So your questions have really made me think. The other ladies agree, right? I'm overdue for therapy, obviously, based off of these questions. Liz says, apparently me too. I feel like, holy cow. Marley says, I need therapy. I really do. Wendy says, we all do, right? Everybody needs therapy. That's why we're all here, right? I need therapy, Marley says, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all, Liz says. We are. Yes, we are good friends. Rebecca, thank you again so much. Take care. Bye.